Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Stellar Studio Sessions. I'm Richie Mashiko.
I'm Malene Bledo.
And today we're going to be talking about how to run effective influencer campaigns.
Yeah.
So I guess one of the problems that I see when brands think of influencer marketing is that they don't really have defined goals of what they want from the influencer marketing campaign. So with any of your marketing campaigns, you should have a goal and reverse engineer that goal to achieve it, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So I think influencer marketing is great for three things. One, to create user-generated content for your brand that your brand could post on your social feeds.
Mm-hmm.
Number two is to grow, have brand awareness, right? So obviously, influencers have audiences. They distribute their content about your brand to their audiences, and people are more aware of your brand.
Yeah.
And third is to drive sales, right? Increase conversions on a specific product that you have, if you're running a specific campaign, if you're launching a product, things like that to increase conversions. So I guess we could start with how do you execute the first one, right? Mm-hmm. Generating content.
Yeah, I mean, there are many different ways of doing it, but I know that you've discussed some agencies that specialize in this, right?
Right. So one of the things about social media is that consumers expect your brand to have content daily. It's not where you could shoot a commercial every quarter, distribute that commercial on TV and all these different channels, and that's your only creative. You have to come up with creative every single day.
Yeah.
And that's a huge challenge in itself. But what influencers are great at is creating content.
Yeah.
Creating very aesthetic content. They're experts at what their audiences want. Mm-hmm. So what I would advise is if you're a brand, you want to work with an influencer, you want to create content, send your influencer a product, have them create content, shoot pictures, whether it's pictures, it's a video, it's a story, whatever it is for that social platform. And then you could have the influencer send you that content, and you could post that content on your Instagram feed or your YouTube channel or whatever social platform you're on. And the thing is, if you do this at scale, if you have 10, 20, 30, 40 influencers a month, if all those influencers produce three pictures from your campaign, then you're good for 2-3 months, right?
Yeah, you basically have a team of people creating great, relevant content for you that you can just spit out on your platforms.
Right, and the great thing about influencer content creation is that it's a lot cheaper than hiring a professional photographer, because you have to bring lights. You have to bring really specialized equipment. Yeah. You have to provide the set, right? It's a whole production in itself.
Yeah.
So having influencers create the content on their own and giving them the creative freedom to create content is very important, right? So the second thing that we want to talk about is brand awareness. How do you get brand awareness and grow your following on your social platforms via influencers?
Yeah, I mean, that's just obvious way to go, because influencers have their followers. They have, loyal followers that are interested in what they're posting. So if they're talking about your brand, all their followers are going to know about it, and they're probably going to be interested if it's relevant to what the influencer normally talks about.
Right. So how I would do that, think of it as the UGC that we just talked about plus distribution. Yeah. Right. So you have the content creation, and now you have the content distribution. Yeah. So it's as simple as, hey, influencer, could your content creator, could you make content? Could you make a picture of with you with this product, or just the product by itself? And I want you to post that on your Instagram feed or your YouTube channel, whatever it is, and tag or mention your brand on that post. And a more effective way of driving account growth is to set up a giveaway. Right, so basically the how you would do this if I was a brand, I would choose 10, 20, 30 influencers and send them a product and say, hey, I have a giveaway, brand X, they just sent me this product, it's super cool, and I'm going to choose one of you guys for them to send a product to, that same product. Yeah. And what I would do, how do you set up the rules is, so the influencer would say, hey, to be eligible to enter this contest and win this contest, like this photo, tag a friend, and follow the brand page on right? So what the key of tagging a friend is you want to create that viral loop, right? Mm-hmm. So if Malene is an influencer and I tag my friend on that post, and that friend is not following Malena's Instagram or YouTube, whatever, then that my friend will get exposure to not only Malena but to your brand, right?
It's a win-win.
Exactly. Yeah. And that driving brand awareness, and once you have a larger following on your own social platform, then you don't really have to rely as much on influencers and other distribution channels. If you have a distribution channel of 100,000, 500,000, 1 million followers, then you could, every Instagram post that you have, that'll just get blasted to them, and you have a ton of attention there.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
And so the third campaign type that we want to talk about, how to use your influencers, is driving sales, right?
Yeah.
And this is probably the one that brands use the most, and this is the one where you could really measure return on investment, right?
Yeah.
Because if you pay an influencer X dollars to promote your product, and then you could go back and attribute X amount of dollars in sales, then you could say, hey, is this influencer worth it? Or should I go with influencer B over influencer A, right?
Yeah, and there's been a lot of talk about exactly how to measure, like, is it worth it, like you just mentioned, and this is the best way to figure out if your influencer campaign is actually working, if your goal is to increase sales, which is sell.
Exactly. So how we would recommend going about this type of campaign would be going to say, hey, influencer, I want you to have a promote our product, right? We're launching a product, and we're going to send you this product, and we're also going to send you a discount code.
Yeah.
And normally the standard is around 10%, or you could have a fixed dollar amount, and tell your followers, hey, brand X, they have this great product, and if you want 10% off at checkout, use this code. And for all you people doing e-commerce, and if you're running on Shopify, which I know a lot of e-commerce brands are, Shopify already has a built-in discount code generator. So when an influencer's audience goes to your site, checks out, uses the influencer's checkout code, you could attribute that sale directly to the influencer.
Exactly.
It's affiliate marketing at the end of the day.
Yeah, it is.
And then you could measure the success of that influencer and whether you want to keep that relationship or choose someone else, right?
Yeah, exactly. And it holds them accountable, to create good content too.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
There's something in it for them, for sure.
Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this episode of the Stellar Studio Sessions. If you enjoyed it, be sure to hit that like button. And if you want to learn more about digital strategy, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel.